Hey guys, today I'm doing the Anti-tbr tag created by Nicole in her books, where I talk about the books that I am never going to read. So I'm the type of person who's usually pretty easily influenced by others, so if a book is really hyped, I'm probably going to try to see if it is something that I enjoy. Sometimes I do regret it, but sometimes I'm also surprised. So yeah, but I kind of want to distance myself from book hypes because, let's be honest, most of the time I don't enjoy them as much. I just end up wasting my time for books that are just okay, and instead I could have read something that I would have enjoyed far more. So yeah, hopefully I can do that going forward. But yeah, let's just get into the questions. Oh, and of course I'll link the original tag video down below. So the first question is, a popular book everyone loves that you have no interest in reading. So, as I just said, I'm pretty easily influenced and I kind of want to try every book that kind of sounds interesting so I can see if I am going to like it. But some books that popped into my mind are, first of all, the Renegade series. I had that book, the first book, like a couple of years ago, but honestly, I'm not even into superheroes. I don't watch Marvel films, I don't watch DC, whatever movies, so yeah, I'm probably not going to like the series, so I don't think I'm ever going to read that series. Another series that I just have no interest in reading is A Game of Thrones, and I have also not watched the show yet. I kind of want to, but it's not high up on my priority list, so yeah, we'll just see. But I'm just never going to read these huge books. They're probably pretty boring, and yeah, I've heard from some people that they really enjoyed them, but some also say that the show is better. So I'm not sure if it actually counts for this first question, but that's just the series that popped into my head. Then we have a classic book or author you don't have an interest in reading, and I think I'm probably never going to read Dracula or Frankenstein because I'm just not interested in them. I've heard that they're just a little bit boring. The writing style is a little bit dry, I think, and yeah, I just have no interest in reading them, honestly. I know that some people are reading these books now during the spooky season, but yeah, I think these newer horror books and thriller books are more of what appeals to me and more thrilling, probably, so I'm not going to read the original books, I think. The third question is, an author whose books you have no interest in reading and a problematic author you have no interest in reading. I'm not going to be reading more of J.K. Rowling's books, so I'm combining these two questions. I have read the Harry Potter series, of course, but I just have no interest in reading neither Casual Vacancy nor her Robert Galbraith whatever series. And just what has been said about the latest book in that series is just unbelievable, honestly. I'm probably going to reread Harry Potter at some point just because it's so nostalgic for me. I understand if people just don't want to read them at all, but I have these books, so it doesn't give her any money, you know, if I reread the Harry Potter series. An author you've read a couple of books from and have decided their books are not for you, and I think, well, so the name I have on this list is Alice Oseman, because I have read Solitaire, which I absolutely hated, and Radio Silence, which was okay. I gave it 4 stars, I believe, but honestly, it's probably not a 4-star anymore because when I keep thinking about it, I just have bad memories attached to it. I don't know. So I just don't tend to enjoy contemporaries that much. However, I absolutely love her graphic novels, her Heartstopper series, so I don't know if she really counts for this question, but I just couldn't think of any other author, I don't think. I probably could tell you about some German authors that I don't plan on ever reading again, but most of you won't know them, so yeah. My answer is Alice Oseman, even though I'm going to keep reading her graphic novels, but not her novels probably. Then we have a genre you have no interest in, or a genre you tried to get into and couldn't. So I've said this before, I think, but I just can't seem to get into new adult. I tried to read a lot of these hype books, especially like German books by German authors, but it's just always the same plot in my opinion, or just for the books that I have read. Well, I don't think I've ever read a new adult book. Well, I did. I read Talia Hibbert's Get a Life, Chloe Brown, which was okay. Yeah, but it's just not my thing, I guess. Most of the time it's a similar plot and I just don't care most of the time. I could see myself enjoying it if I really relate to a character, but yeah, usually it's not my type of genre that I like to read. Question number 6, a book you have bought but will never read. So I recently did an unhaul, a really huge unhaul actually, and I filmed it and I'll link it up here, but I just don't have any of these books anymore, I don't think. Number 7, a series you have no interest in reading, or a series you started and have DNF'd. So I also did a video on the series that I DNF'd this year so far. And for example, I have The Kiss of Deception, which was just okay. I have no interest in reading the other books in that series. And then I also have a poetry series that I just did not like the first one. It is The Princess Saves Herself in this one, and so many people seem to love this poetry collection, poetry book. I just don't get into the poetry and it was just not for me. I wouldn't say I'm not into poetry. I definitely enjoyed, for example, Cut When You Land or The Poet X, but just this really small book was just not it for me. And the last one is a new release you have no interest in reading. I guess I forgot that question, but I have no book picked out, so the one that just comes into my mind is The Bone Shard Daughter, I believe. I forgot what it's even about, but I think a lot of people are reading it. I think Illumicrate did like a special edition for it, but I just have no interest in reading it, I don't think. So that's my answer for this one. I'm not even that up to date with the new releases. I know the big ones are Deadly Education and The Invisible Life of Eddie LaRue, which I am definitely going to read. And yeah, Lightbringer I'm going to read. What else is coming out? Or I could just go with this new Twilight book that I'm just never going to read. It's too huge. I don't want to support this author, and I didn't like Twilight, so yeah. And I'm also not reading J.K. Rowling's new book, so yeah, I guess now I have enough answers for this last question. But yeah, I really enjoyed this tag, and I hope you enjoyed this video too. Definitely check out the original video, and if you enjoyed this, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Goodbye, guys.